Hello everyone, welcome back to Pably Connect. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Google Calendar events from Google Sheets and share with specific user. Here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to add the data of an event in my Google Sheets, automatically by using that same response, an event should be created in my Google Calendar and then automatically access should be provided to the user or the guest for that same event. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between Google Sheets and Google Calendar, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pably Connect. So Pably Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. Here we are going to take Google Sheets in our trigger and Google Calendar in our action. We will connect both of them by using Pably Connect in order to automate this entire process. And to learn the entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Google Calendar event automatically and how to provide access rights to our users or guests of the event. Okay, so we are going to automate this entire process by setting up a connection between Google Sheets and Google Calendar, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of this amazing automation software Pably Connect. So Pably Connect allows us to connect multiple applications without any coding or programming skills in order to automate our task. This is the homepage of Pably Connect where we can reach by typing the URL pably.com/connect. After coming here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in. If you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. And when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this software and to test multiple automations. Now, as an existing user, I'm directly clicking on sign in. This is the all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pably. To create this automation, we are going to use Pably Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pably Connect. Now on the dashboard, we can find all of our workflows, and we can also create folders here to save the workflows. As you can find, I have created multiple folders here. I have created them in order to save my workflows accordingly on the dashboard. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. Let's do that. And here a dialog box will appear in front of us. It is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let me provide a name over here. Create Google Calendar events and give access to guests automatically. After giving the name, we can also select the folder in which we want to save this workflow. So I'm going to select this Google Sheets to Google Calendar automation folder. Let's click on create. And as we do that, we can find that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. What are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two concepts or the two principles on which the entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. Whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose we are going to take Google Sheets in our trigger and Google Calendar in our action, and we want that whenever we are going to add the details related to the event in our Google Sheets, automatically by using that same response, a new event should be created in Google Calendar. Okay, so here we can find that the action is a response towards our trigger. So when the data is added in Google Sheets, then only the event is created in Google Calendar. Now after understanding this concept, let's start creating the workflow step by step. So let's first of all select our trigger application. Now here our trigger application will be Google Sheets. So let's select it. Now we will select the trigger event. Now what is trigger event? Trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to start or trigger. So new or updated spreadsheet row will be our trigger event over here, because we want that whenever we are going to add a new row in our Google Sheets, then the response should be captured here in Pably Connect, and with that response automatically the workflow should get triggered. So as we have selected our trigger event, we are provided with a webhook URL and some instructions. We need to follow these instructions step by step in order to connect our Google Sheets with Pably Connect. And the webhook URL which is provided to us is going to act as a bridge for sending the data from Google Sheets towards Pably Connect. So first of all, let us copy the webhook URL, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what we are supposed to do. So for this, I'm going to take you towards my Google Sheets. So this is the spreadsheet which I have prepared for Google Calendar events. It contains 5 columns, A, B, C, D, and E. Column A contains the title of the event, column B is for description, column C and D is for the date, start date and end date, and column E will contains the details of the guest, that means the email of the guest. Alright, I want that as soon as I'm going to add the data related to the event in this particular spreadsheet, automatically the entire row should be sent towards Pably Connect. So here, first of all, we will connect the same spreadsheet with Pably Connect. Let's go towards extensions, and here we can find the option of add-ons. When we will click on this get add-ons, and it has taken us towards Google Workspace Marketplace. Now here we need to search for Pably Connect webhooks. So let's do that. So basically, Pabbly Connect Webhook is the add-on which we need to install in Google Sheets. As you can find, I have already installed the add-on, so I'm just going to cross this. And if you're installing the add-on for the first time, you also have to refresh your spreadsheet so that you can find the option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks under extensions. All right. So here, because I can find the option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks, let's go towards initial setup. And basically, in order to connect our Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect, we have to perform an initial setup in which we need to enter two details, webhook URL and the trigger column. So in the field of webhook URL, first of all, let us paste the URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect, and the next is the trigger column. So the concept of trigger column says that whenever the data will be added in the spreadsheet up till this particular column, the entire row of that spreadsheet will be sent automatically towards Pabbly Connect. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent to the webhook URL. So here in the background, you can find that I have 5 columns. Column E will be my trigger column because I want that as soon as I'm going to enter the data in the spreadsheet in a new row up till my column E, then the response should be automatically captured towards Pabbly Connect with the help of the webhook URL. So I'm going to enter column E as my trigger column, and let's click on this send test button to send the test response towards Pabbly Connect. And the test response is sent. Now we will submit the initial setup. And as the setup is configured successfully, let's cross this and we will go back towards Pabbly Connect. And we can find that here we have received the response. In the response, we have received all the details related to the event from our Google Sheets. This is the trigger column, title of the meeting, that is team meeting, the start date and the end date of the meeting, the email of the guest, and this is the description of the meeting. This means that the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect is successful. Now, here our objective is that whenever we are going to add a new row in this particular spreadsheet, then the data should be sent automatically. For that, we have to do one more thing. We have to go towards extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and we need to click on this send on event button. As we have done that, we have made sure that now when we are going to add a new row in this particular spreadsheet up till our trigger column, automatically without any manual efforts, the data will be keep on sending towards Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let's move further. Now our next objective is to create an event on Google Calendar by using the same response. So let's select our action application as Google Calendar, and we will select the action event, that is create an event. Let's click on connect. And from the given options, I'm going to go with existing connection only as I've already built the connection with my Google Calendar account. If you want to build a new connection, then you need to click on this add new connection button, and then you have to click on this sign in with Google. After selecting the existing connection, let's click on save. And we can find that Google Calendar is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Now we will move further. Here it is asking us following details. Okay, so first of all, it is asking us the calendar name. So in my Google Calendar, I have created multiple calendars. These are the name of my calendar. I want to select this demo events calendar in order to create the events from Google Sheets. So I'm going to select it from the drop down. Okay, the next is the title of the event. So here we are going to enter the title which we have received from Google Sheets. So we will simply map the data from Google Sheets. Mapping is inserting data from previous step. Here our previous step, that is Google Sheets, is given, and here is the response along with all the details. We want to map the title. Let us select it and it is mapped. So when we have mapped this title, it has become dynamic. That means now with each and every new response, it is going to change automatically. We do not have to change the things manually every time. So in order to automate the entire process, we have used mapping, but instead if we will enter it manually, then it will not change with each and every response because it will become static, and then the workflow will get stuck. We will not be able to create automated Google Calendar events from Google Sheets then. Okay. The next it is asking us is the description of the event. So we have also received the description. Okay, this is the description, urgent meeting on monthly budget. Okay, so I have mapped the description as well. The location, if you want, you can also add the location over here. Now the required field is the start date time and the end date time. So I'm going to simply map the same over here. But here we have to keep in mind that we need to enter the date in this particular format which is given. So I have received the date in the correct format, that is year, month and the date format, but I have not received the time. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to format my date by using date time formatter so that we can map it over here. So I'm going to add one more action step over here, and I'm going to select date time formatter as the action application. Date time formatter is an amazing feature by Pabbly which allows us to format the date and time according to the workflow requirements. Here our action event will be format date only, and let's click on connect. As we have done that, the date time formatter is connected. Now we have to provide the date which we want to format. So I will simply map the date. This is the start date. I have selected it and it is mapped. Now it is asking from format. In what format we have received the date? The date is in year, month and date format. So I will simply select that. Year, month and date format, and what format we want to change the date in. So I want to change the date in the year, month, date and the time zone format. I have selected it and let's click on save and send test request button. So we have changed the date and it is now in the correct format. Now I'm going to add one more action step and I will once again connect date time formatter to change the format of end date also. So here once again we are going to select date time formatter as our action application. Once again I'm going to select format date only as the action event. Let's click on connect and now we will map the end date and the format is the same, year, month and date format, and I want the format this only. Okay, so I've selected it. Let's click on save and send test request button. And here is the response. All right, so we will move further and we are going to create an event by using these details. So let's map the start date. And now I'm going to map the end date as well. Okay, done. So I live in India. So the time zone followed in India is Asia, Kolkata. I'm going to simply select the time zone over here, Asia, Kolkata. And the next it is asking us the guest. Okay, so we have also received the email ID of the guest from our earlier response. We will simply map that. It is given that you can pass multiple comma separated values over here. So we have done that. Now let's click on save and send test request button. And here we can find that the event is confirmed. Okay, let's go and check on our Google Calendar. So I have selected the date. So here we can find that the event is created on 12th February 2024. Let me open it. And this is the event team meeting on. The description is also available. Urgent meeting on monthly budget. These are the two guests. Demo34@pablitudes.com and this is dummy@pablitudes.com. Alright, now our next objective is to provide admin access to these users. That means to these guests. So let's click on this add action step button and we will select our action application once again as Google Calendar. And here the action event will be update detailed event. Okay, let's click on connect. And because we have already built the connection, let's go with the existing connection only. And here Google Calendar is once again connected with Pabbly Connect. So let's move further. It is asking us to select the calendar. Once again, I'm going to select my calendar demo events. Here it is asking us the event ID. So we have received the event ID in our earlier response, that is from Google Calendar create an event response. This is the ID of the event. I'm going to select it and it is mapped. The next is the title. Let's map the title, description, start time, end time. Here I'm going to select my time zone, Asia, Kolkata. And here it is asking guest can modify event. So we have to select true over here. Yes, guest can modify the event. That means we have provided the admin access to our guest for the event. So we have provided the admin access to the guest. Now we will move further and we will simply map the IDs of the guest once again. So here these are the email IDs of the guest. Now let's click on save and send test request button. And here we can find that the status is confirmed. So let's go and check on our Google Calendar. This is the meeting. Let's refresh the page. So this is the event created. These are the guests. Now we will go and check on the email address of these guests, whether they have been given the access or not. Okay. So yes, here we can find that the email is received. This is the email for demo34@pablitudes.com and this is for dummy@pablitudes.com. So let me open it. And yes, here we can find that the whole description of the meeting is given over here. The date, the guest is also given, that who are the guests of the meetings, as well as the person can also go on this link and check all the guest info. That means the access is provided to the guest. This means that the workflow is perfectly successful. So let's go and check this workflow once again. I'm going to open my Google Sheets and I'm going to add one new row over here along with the new details of a new event. And as soon as we will enter the data up till trigger column, automatically by using that same response, a new event will be created in Google Calendar and the guest will automatically receive the admin access. So here I'm going to add one new row. Okay, so I have entered the details up till trigger column. So the title of the event is group discussion. The description is candidates group discussion for hiring process. The date is 13/2/2024 and this is the guest details. So let's go and check on Google Calendar and here we will go towards 13th. And we can find that yes, the event is automatically created. The title of the event is group discussion. Let me open it. These are the guests and this is the description. Candidate group discussion for hiring process. Now we will go and check on the email address of these users. And yes, here are the emails for each and every guest. This is for smart user. Let me open it. This is the event creation email and this is the updated invitation email. Okay, so the guest can view all the guest info. That means the access is provided and it is given that this event has been updated. And here also this is the invitation for test user. Let me open it and this guest can also view the guest info. Alright, this means that the workflow is perfectly successful. Let's go back towards Pabbly Connect and we will summarize what we have done here in the workflow. So we have taken simple steps. We have taken Google Sheets in our trigger and date time formatter, Google Calendar, and once again Google Calendar in our action. And we have connected all of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever we are going to add the new row in our Google Sheets along with the details of the event, automatically by using that same response, an event will be created in Google Calendar on the specific date and time, and automatically the access of the event will be given to the guest of the event. Okay, this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many other applications by using Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can directly reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to ask any pricing related issue, then you can directly reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful in any way, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our videos and subscribe our channel to learn more such automations.